Have you ever wondered, with the rise of Bitcoin now being at $55,000 per coin, who are the individuals that have made the absolute most money from Bitcoin? That is what we are going to be talking about in today's video. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Future Internet Billionaire. My name is Josh Pegley. I am a startup founder and software engineer. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Bitcoin billionaires. It's in the true spirit of Future Internet Billionaires that we talk about these individuals who are risk takers, forward thinkers, and very innovative in seeing future technology and investing heavily. With that, they have seen their fortunes grow into the billions. Now, these are people that you probably have never heard of. It's not the Mark Zuckerbergs, the Bill Gates, or the Elon Musks of the world. These people have kept a very low profile to protect their identities and their Bitcoin billions. Today's video is going to be a two-part series. There's a lot of information we want to cover, so let's go ahead and dive into the first group of Bitcoin billionaires. Now we're ready. Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss. These are twin brothers. They are estimated to own 40,000 Bitcoins. Now, you're probably familiar with the Winklevoss twins' names if you've ever seen the movie The Social Network. They were actually the original duo that hired Mark Zuckerberg, yes, the founder of Facebook, to build them a social network / dating app before Mark ever went on to create Facebook. Well, because of this, the twins actually sued Mark Zuckerberg because they believed they were the originators of the idea and Mark stole it from them. This actually ended in a settlement where Facebook and Mark had to pay the twins $65 million for all this craziness. The twins took that $65 million that they got from suing Facebook and actually became investors. They had their eye on one primary target among some other things: cryptocurrency, primarily Bitcoin. They became the co-founders of a crypto exchange called Gemini. It is in this venture and in their investors and their belief in Bitcoin that they originally grew their net worth to about 1.45 billion, which is significant through their founding of Gemini and early investment in Bitcoin. Well, with the meteoric rise of Bitcoin to $55,000 per coin, they have seen their net worths grow from 1.4 billion combined to about 2 billion each. Their family net worth has grown by billions because of Bitcoin. Matthew Rozak. He's estimated to own about 20,000 Bitcoins. He is also the co-founder of a blockchain infrastructure company called Block. He was a very early mover in the blockchain community, getting involved back in 2012, very early. And one thing that I want to mention and point out, it's the same point for every single one of these Bitcoin billionaires, is that they practice extreme patience, consistency, and conviction around the potential of Bitcoin. Think about it. These individuals could have sold their tens of thousands of Bitcoin when it hit $1,000 per coin, when it hit $5,000 per coin, or even back in 2018 when it hit a previous high of $20,000. They could have sold then, but they didn't. They still held on to the majority and bulk of their Bitcoin because they believed it was just getting started. That takes serious self-discipline not to sell your 20,000 coins when they're worth $20,000 each. Anyways, back to Matthew. His crypto net worth is estimated at $1.2 billion today. Now that is up from about 300 million back in 2020. So that means in 1 year, because of the rise of crypto, his net worth has grown by almost $1 billion. And to make reference back to my previous point, if he would have sold back in 2018 his 20,000 Bitcoins, he would have made about $400 million. That's still a ton of money and a fortune in and of itself, but it's not nearly as much as the almost $1 billion he made made now and the potentially way more he'll make as he continues to see the Bitcoin rise. So good job, Matthew, for hanging in there and not selling your coins. Next on our list is Brian Armstrong. He's estimated to own about 20,000 Bitcoin. Now, Brian is only 37 years old, which makes him the youngest Bitcoin billionaire in our entire list. He made his entry into the world of crypto back in 2012, also a very early mover, by becoming the founder of a Silicon Valley-based crypto exchange called Coinbase. Coinbase is one of the best known and most valuable crypto exchanges that exist on the planet today, with a value of over $10 billion. Now, with his ownership in Coinbase and his estimated ownership of Bitcoins, Brian has a personal net worth of over $1 billion. It's not bad for 37 years old. All right, let's keep moving. Next on our list is Tim Draper, estimated to own over 30,000 Bitcoins. This is an interesting one because it's a really cool story of how he actually acquired his Bitcoin fortune. Before we get into that, Tim Draper is actually known as one of the most legendary investors in Silicon Valley. He's been known to have an eye for the future, the next big innovation, and invest in it early. So this brings us to the point of Bitcoin. Back in 2014, early in the Bitcoin crypto movement, Tim Draper was able to purchase 30,000 Bitcoins arranged by the US Marshal after the seizure of Silk Road, which is the dark web's most popular marketplace to sell all things illegal. When they seized it, there were 30,000 Bitcoins that people had used in these transactions, and Tim Draper was able to acquire this marketplace's Bitcoins. Now, even though Tim Draper is already known as a legendary investor for investing in companies, this is actually proving to be one of the most lucrative and profitable investments he has ever made. In the purchase of his 30,000 Bitcoins, it's estimated that he paid about $634 per coin. $634 per coin, that's crazy, compared to the 55,000 that they are now. But anyways, with that sum and the amount of coins he had to purchase in order to do this deal, he needed to spend $19 million on Bitcoin back in 2014, when it was still considered a very new and risky investment. He spent $19 million of his personal fortune. If that's not conviction and insight into future potential, I don't know what is. And the cool thing about Tim is obviously it's paying off huge for him, but he still believes, even in 2021, that Bitcoin is just getting started. His current Bitcoin stash is worth an estimated $1.6 billion. That's a nice return on $19 million investment. But he has been quoted and stated himself that he believes Bitcoin will be worth about $250,000 per coin by 2022. If that proves to be true, then his stash will be worth a cool $7.4 billion. This $19 million investment may continue to explode and pay off for years to come. High five, Tim, for putting up that $19 million. There's probably very few people that would actually do that. Now, to summarize this video in the list of these first innovators and forward thinkers and risk takers, growing from $0 in 2009 and then only 1 year later being worth 8 cents in 2010, who would have known that the value of Bitcoin would rise to $55,000 per coin? It kind of seems like these guys did. But how? Were they smarter than all of us? Did they know something we didn't know? Or were they simply just lucky? Let me know in the comments below which one you think it is. Now, this is part 1 of a 2-part series. And just as a quick little taste of what is next video, there is an individual in this list that has made over $60 billion from Bitcoin. It is by far the largest fortune ever acquired in Bitcoin. Trumps the value of every single one of these individuals in the Bitcoin billionaire list combined. You are not going to want to miss that video. Go check it out. It's a really interesting story. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you could again take a moment to like, subscribe, it would be so greatly appreciated. Let me know if there's anything I can do better in the comments below. I love creating content for y'all. I'll see you in the next video. God bless you all. Have a great day.